There were some reports about discrimination of people with Arabic or African roots. What can you tell us about that? Is this true? Did you experience something like this?
Yes, I experienced that. There's a lot of hostility from the white women. They really don't like us to be in the train. Somebody was telling me I have to stand up, I have to go out. If I'm not a Ukrainian, I shouldn't be in the train of a Ukrainian. I should find anywhere I should go to. So it's really, really, really sad that we have to face this. And they prefer their pets, their animals, even before a black man or a black woman. So it's really sad. I'm really traumatized, first of all. I really understand women first, then children first, then men, but not animals, not pets before human beings.
There's a book called The Delectable Negro that documents the cannibalizing of black people, especially during slavery. It talks about how in white European culture, the white supremacist culture, that they've always had this thing about literally consuming black people, black flesh. During slavery, when they had the big rebellion with Nat Turner, he was cannibalized after they killed him. They ate him. During a lot of lynchings, they would cook and barbecue people, and they would actually eat the people that they would lynch. So this was something that was a part of the white supremacist culture, consuming us literally.
A lot of the mummies that was taken out of Africa was taken to Europe and sold, and they used it as medicine, and they used it as aphrodisiacs. They ate our dead people's bodies. And cannibalizing us is nothing new. That whole concept of cannibalism comes from Europe.
This is part of the European culture.
Ask y'all something. Y'all want to build a wall for Mexico's? When's the last time you ever seen a Mexican, a Hispanic, a Native American, or a Negro shoot up a school?
Yeah, crickets. 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 Crickets.
A bunch of future school shooters.
That's right.
Yeah, now you gotta run with that.
Look at their ass. They ass scattered off of that one. They ass scattered off of that one.
Yeah, they look like they're about to shoot.
Look at their
up
ass,
right
Israel.
now.
They ass gone off of that.
Crackers
Look at that mob of these dirty animals. They gone.
That's how you dismiss them.
That's right.
The truth gonna be told, whether y'all want to hear it or not. Thus saith the Lord. You don't see blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and nobody on the face of the earth shooting up schools, shooting up churches, shooting up synagogues.
That's right.
But you got a problem with us?
You think I hate white people because I'm partying with a bunch of black women. First off, I've dated white women. Second, clearly I'm from a white family. I don't hate white people for the way they look. I hate the lies they taught me. I hate that they taught me that Jesus was white when that clearly wasn't fucking true. I hate that they taught me Columbus discovered this country when that wasn't fucking true. I hate the fact that they can't admit that their great-grandfather was a piece of shit for owning slaves, yet because he's part of their history or part of their family heritage, that makes it fucking okay when it's clearly fucking not. Now, when you flip the script, white people are the ones who hate on other races for the way they look, and they dehumanize them and put systems in place to oppress them. They steal their culture and profit off of it, and then they like to act like racism doesn't fucking exist. Nobody cares about how white people look. They care how they act, and their actions speak louder than their fucking words.
This is one of the darkest things I've ever read in history, and it's about Columbus meeting the natives. In his letters, he writes, "They are very simple and honest and exceedingly liberal with all they have, none of them refusing anything he may possess when he is asked for it. They exhibit great love towards all others in preference to themselves." He says, "They are the best people in the world and above all the gentlest, without knowledge of what is evil, nor do they murder or steal. They love their neighbors as themselves, and they have the sweetest talk in the world, always laughing." After saying all that, he then writes, "They would make fine servants. With 50 men, we could subjugate them all and make them do whatever we want." Is that not the most brutal thing you've ever heard? Like, I just don't understand how we got to that point as humans. How did we let such evil people be in charge of this world?
Why wasn't I taught this in school? I want to know why I was not taught this in school. Why was I taught about Robert E. Lee and the Confederate Army as if they were some sort of heroes and they were traitors. Why wasn't I taught about Reconstruction? Why didn't I learn about the Black Codes? Why wasn't I taught about sharecropping and how the 13th Amendment, the only thing it did was actually legalize slavery? Why wasn't I taught about how when the Civil Rights Act was passed, they decided, well, okay, we can't legally say we hate black people. Let's target these laws against black people. Let's change it to law and order. Let's over criminalize black people. Let's mass incarceration began at the end of fucking slavery. And that oh my God. And now they want to whitewash our education system even more. I beg of white people, get the new Jim Crow and read it. Educate yourself, because we have been lied to.
Because he told his disciples, go not the way of the Gentiles, but rather go to the lost sheep. He discriminated. Don't go near the Gentiles, go to the lost sheep. Go to the oppressed. Go to the downtrodden. Go to the exploited. Go to the people who don't know who they are, who are lost from the knowledge of themselves, and who are strangers in a land that is not theirs. Go to those people. Go to the slaves. Go to the second-class citizens. Go to the ones who are suffering the brunt of Caesar's brutality. And if Jesus were here in America today, he wouldn't be going to the white man. The white man is the oppressor. He would be going to the oppressed. He would be going to the humble. He would be going to the lowly. He would be going to the rejected and the despised. He would be going to the so-called American Negro.